Do you like board games? And if so, how about a board game steeped in colonialism, racism and white supremacy? Because that's what's being said about chess. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation is the Aussie equivalent of the BBC. And here in the UK, we know the BBC is on an endless crusade to take classic shows like Doctor Who and stories by H.G. Wells and Agatha Christie and make them as woke as fuck by ramming in as much diversity as possible, all at the taxpayer's expense. And there's nothing wrong with diversity, except for when it's clearly been inserted to tick a box. If you've got a television series about a fishing fleet going out of 18th century Yorkshire, you don't need a principal character to be a hijab-wearing black lesbian in a wheelchair. And with the BBC, this is all done at the taxpayer's expense. And now the Australian Broadcasting Corporation is using the taxes from the descendants of Britain's finest criminals to answer this question. Is chess racist? The thinking behind this is that in chess, white always moves first. Ergo, white supremacy. Racism is utterly vile, and sadly it's also alive and well, and it's great that we're finally discussing it. However, when companies like ABC and many others jump upon the bandwagon, I feel it lessens the serious discussion because they're looking for problems which aren't fucking there. So are we really meant to consider that racism and white supremacy is one of the cornerstones of chess? Well, given that it's thought to have originated in 7th century India, probably not. Traditionally, chess sets are black and white. It's very easy to differentiate the two opposing sides. But I've played chess sets which are silver and gold, light and dark wood, and clear and smoked glass. Chess is a strategy game depicting a battle between two warring armies. And traditionally, on the battlefield, it's useful if the opposing sides wear different colours or uniforms to avoid killing your own men. And women, hashtag feminism. I think it's worth mentioning that in the Chinese game Go, black always moves first. No one's fucking kicking off about that. During informal games of chess, it doesn't matter if black or white moves first, but in tournaments, it's always white. So why is that? During the 19th century, the rules for chess were finalised, and at the same time, textbooks were printed teaching people how to play the game. And in those textbooks, white always moved first. It was for ease of clarity, nothing to do with racism. My bathroom floor is black and white, and as far as I'm aware, it doesn't have any far-right affiliations. I've not yet come home and found a burning cross in the sink. I've never owned a white car, but I have owned a black car. That doesn't mean I'm pro-slavery. I prefer white coffee to black coffee. That doesn't make me a racist. Not everything black and white is about race. And trying to make it so is not only detrimental to the real issues, but it shows you're a fucking idiot. ABC have got nowhere left to go on this. Check and mate. Chess was thought... Nearly.